I've been asked, why does this show, which only ran one season, 26 episodes, why does it continue to last and play around the world and have followings and so on, become basically what I've been told kind of a cult show.
If the show was 10 years ago and there's still fans of the show, it says a lot about the show and a lot about the fans. And my great appreciation for anybody who could like something for that long or rediscover it, even though it's 10 years ago.
I loved it. Everyone in the cast just loved it. We have, nothing bad to say about it. It was just such a whirlwind time and intense, long days. So we became each other's family.
Over 10 years ago, Mark Schechter was on an overnight flight from Toronto to Cannes. At 35,000 feet, ideas began to form in his mind, and when it was time to land, on a few scraps of paper, Mark had written the first episode of Vampire High. This is the story of a little show that ironically won't die. Welcome to Vampire High, 10 years later.
Vampire High was originally conceived as a comedy. I was going to do a satire on vampires because everybody was doing serious vampire stuff. Buffy the Vampire and so on. And I was flying across the Atlantic one night. It was about 2 a.m. I was on my way to a Cannes television festival in France, and suddenly I get this vision of this high school girl dreaming of her ideal love, a love that she couldn't attain. And we start on her face. You see, the camera is close on her face, and it starts to come down, down, down. We pan down through the floors, through the main floor of the school, into a basement, and there's a coffin. And the coffin lid flips open, and there's a young teen vampire. His eyes open, they're red and alive, and he hears the girl thinking 3 floors above, and decides that that is his one true love, finally. And suddenly it occurred to me that this needed to be a drama, not a comedy. So on this plane, 4 hours, I was scribbling a pilot script, longhand, didn't have my computer. And that became actually the pilot that we shot for the series, and it launched the series.
So we know where the idea of Vampire High came from. But what did the cast think of their characters in the beginning? Ilona Elkin, who played meek vampire Meryl, tells us more.
Well, I know what I disliked right away. She was really meek. I always felt like there was a certain restriction as to how much I could show and how much I could do because her character was so sort of limited to being a little bit shy and reserved.
Hi, I'm Meryl.
I know.
I thought I'd introduce myself since we're all new here.
Hi, Meryl. I'm cellmate number 666.
I didn't know we were in prison.
No? Look around you. Does this seem like paradise to you?
What I liked about the character, smart. I usually got a lot of the good lines in the scripts, and as the character developed, they didn't have a whole series written when we started, so they continued writing while we were creating the show, and therefore I think we ended up having quite a bit of impact as to which direction the writers took our characters, and I definitely was lucky to have a character that was portrayed as smart, compassionate.
Dear Dad, it was nice getting your email.
nice, there's dull and uninspiring for you. Dear Dad. How about, Dear Dad, thanks for the message. As usual, it sucked, but I'm great. Mansbridge Prison is wonderful. Sleeping lots, dreaming of a way to escape.
Vampire High had strong and unique characters, but with this, inventive storylines were needed. We caught up with day schooler Adam MacDonald to discuss his favourite storyline.
I guess the storyline for my character, like I've said in many times, it's always the one where I got possessed with the black orbs on my eyes. It was so uncomfortable. They had to put these huge contacts in my eyes, and I could barely see anything. You'd think you'd see more or something, but it's like you get like tunnel vision, so it's quite bizarre. But I just enjoyed that because I was always doing kind of the same storyline thing with Sherry and all that stuff. So to have something just completely different, and that's the only scene ever where I was in the same room with Jeff, my cousin Drew, the vampire.
Shikari will be pleased.
But I am alone here.
There are no others.
Take me to him.
No! I won't let you do that.
Meryl, what have you done?
We have to kill it. We can't let it go back.
And that was so much fun. But I was lying on the floor, passed out, because I was depossessed. But for me, that was my favorite storyline. But as part of the show, God, they were all good. They were all fun. I used to always love getting scripts and reading them and to see where all the characters went.
So it was a lecture after all.
I write this with a heavy heart. One of our own is leaving Mansbridge.
Dr. Murdoch.
So we had our characters and the stories for them to follow, but all was not well behind the scenes. Production shut down halfway through filming the series due to budget constraints. Here, Ilona tells us how this affected the cast.
I think the break was kind of a bit of a wake-up call for everyone, because we knew we were doing something that was very exciting, and it was a show that, you know, if we weren't in it, we'd probably want to watch. And it was sort of a big party, the first part of it, and then we had a break and we didn't know if we were coming back, so there was this sort of element of gratitude during the second part of it, the shooting, because we, I guess, had an inkling it might not come back for a second season just because they were having the problems that they were having. So we didn't take it for granted the way we did the first half.
After the break, Megan Ory, who played Vampire High Beauty Sherry, wanted out of the show. This meant Drew had to lose his one true love in one of the show's most emotional scenes.
I've come to take you away. There's a way that we can be together forever. But you have to make a choice. I can give you eternal life. But with it comes eternal darkness. Tell me what to do, my love, please. I need to know what to do.
loss of Sherry meant we had the relatively new character of Dylan take over the role of lead day schooler. Eleanor takes up the story.
Yes, I didn't know Marianne from before, but I think some people did. So that's already, you know, once you know the people you're working with, there's no ice to break. But she fit right in, and I think all of us, no offense Megan, but we all enjoyed the character of Dylan, what she brought to the relationships with all the vampires, whereas Megan's character was very much about Drew, you know, and their relationship. So for the rest of us, it wasn't as involved, you know. So when Dylan came in, it was kind of exciting for all of us because we got to do something different.
That's what we need.
Hey, you agreed to let me write.
Come on. Let's have a sing-along.
This is silly.
Loosen up, Meryl. It'll do you some good. You're all... The blues in B flat. Hit it.
But it wasn't always doom and gloom with serious issues on set. Eleanor tells us more about the fun moments the cast had together, especially when Meryl and Marty sang a little blues.
You know what? They gave me the script, and as I told you before, we had sort of a very short time to shoot each episode, and from the time you get the script, only a few days. So they gave me an electric keyboard that I took home, and I used to play the piano when I was a little girl, but from the time I was 4 till I was about 8, so it's all kind of gone. So I did learn how to play the song, but then doing the acting and somebody else singing to it, and you're supposed to be able to follow the playing, it didn't work out so well. So I ended up just pretending I was playing it.
Run and get the doctor, 'cause my baby's got the blues. Run and get the doctor, 'cause there ain't no time to lose. Yeah. We gotta find a cure for my baby's lovesick blues. Come on now, play it, sister.
I think it was Mark who played the actual song that was superimposed to the show after, but yeah. I did try really hard.